Okay, so this was not the video I had planned to put out today. I had something about a new source of income I've been working on, but something happened and I decided just to do a candid video instead. Basically, I got my first ever contract violation on DoorDash and it's grinding my gears. It's pissed me off pretty much. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's kind of got under my skin a little bit. Basically, because I hold myself at a really high standard at anything I do, and including this, I treat every customer the same. So if it's a no-tip order that I've accepted or a high-tipping order, I will treat them exactly the same. I won't get angry at any customer once I've accepted the job because it's on me, right? I've accepted the job. So today I had a contract violation, which I think I'm more annoyed. No, I don't know if I am. I'm just as annoyed at DoorDash at the way they handle this situation. I've now realized. Now, I will just say, I understand that getting one contract violation isn't really a big deal. It's not really going to affect me. But there does seem to be this trend lately that a lot of these gig apps are finding any reason to deactivate their users so they can get new users on board, being that there's a lot more people trying to get on board these apps now, which will accept every single order, and my acceptance rate is getting lower and lower again on DoorDash. It's gone from 90% at the start of this month and now it's at like 38%. I've hardly even used the app, to be honest. But yeah, so there does seem to be that kind of underlying fact. There's been a couple of big gig tubers who have been deactivated even after they've quit. And even one here in Arizona, I think it's Uber Lyft Phoenix. He had racked up something like $1,200 and then got deactivated due to a contract violation or one too many contract violations. But they kept the money. DoorDash kept the money. They never paid them their $1,200. So basically any money that I have on the app, I could lose if I was to get deactivated through contract violations. Now, here's the thing. I'm 100% sure I delivered that order to the right house and I know 100% that it was delivered. So that means one of three things. Either the person had given the wrong address, which happens. I literally had one the other week where the lady gave the wrong address and what she did was call me up afterwards and say, hey, it says it's delivered, but it's not here. I told her the address. She goes, no, that's the wrong address. I'm sorry, I've just moved here. And what I did was describe to her the house that I left it at, between which streets. And I told her the exact address because I knew exactly where I left it. Tough situation, but she had to rectify that because she was the one that actually physically gave the wrong address and she was cool with it. She was fine. Now, the second thing is maybe an item was missing. Now, if that's the case, then that's not my fault. That is the store's fault. A lot of these stores seal the bags, so we can't tamper with them, and the customers don't want us to tamper with them. So that's not my fault, and maybe they put in the wrong claim. Now, the third thing, well, actually, hold on. The other thing is, if I have before delivered to the wrong address and it was my fault, and again, the customer called, and I went back and I made sure I corrected my mistake. But again, that person rang. These customers always seem to ring if there's something wrong. If something's missing, if it's in the wrong place, they're not seeing it, they will call. So that brings me to the third thing that this could be, and simply that person is just a piece of shit who decided he did not want, or she, he or she, they, them, I don't know. They decided that they did not want to pay for their $12 Starbucks that they ordered, and instead they just decided to say that it never arrived, even though it did, and now I've got a contract violation against my account, which means if it doesn't get taken off, that's strike one of what, 3 strikes? I don't know how many strikes to do, but if I get a couple more strikes, then my account gets deactivated and potentially the money I have seen on this account could get taken away from me from all the work I've already done. Now, I know if you use the Dasher Direct and you cash out after every single session that you do with DoorDash, you will get that money and they can't keep that money. So that is what Uber Lyft Phoenix realized, and that's what he started doing. So maybe that's something I'm gonna have to look at, because honestly, getting a contract violation it's a numbers game. Eventually you're gonna get one. Like, eventually you're just gonna, ratio says if you deliver 1,000 orders, one person's gonna be a piece of shit. Simple as that, or something may go wrong. So I've disputed it, but here's why I'm just as annoyed at DoorDash and the way they handle it. So they get the complaint to DoorDash, but instead of DoorDash looking at the complaint, looking at the photo I snapped, looking at all the details, they just straight send the contract violation to me. And if I don't dispute it, then I'm just gonna wear it. So that means they're setting us up to fail. Rather than them looking at it, now I have to dispute and explain what happened. But in the report they give me, they don't give me the name, they don't give me the address, they don't give me the photo, they just said it was a pickup from Starbucks. Bitch, I picked up like 12 Starbucks orders today between DoorDash and Uber Eats. Like, it's the most common thing to do. I'll be honest, I've never had this issue on Uber Eats through Starbucks. And I've noticed since Starbucks has been on DoorDash, they're just horrible orders, no tips, and now this. So, I don't know, it's grinding my gears a little bit, to be honest. But I knew it was gonna happen. I just got to protect myself. So we'll work out. This was not what I planned to post today. And plus, I mean, I try to keep it really positive on this channel. I don't want to get sucked into negativity of all these gig apps and all that. I just want to inspire people to get out there and make some extra money. But yeah, this is the reality of it. I got a contract violation for doing my job correctly. So anyway, next week I'll release the video about my new source of income and what I've been doing on the side. And yeah, I'm gonna go do some Uber Eats now and just relax.